guys? This is Casey Israel again, and this is video game hunting. Did I just say that? I guess not. But yeah, it's video game hunting. I'm a little tired. I literally just walked out of work. I'm just glad I'm that close to the weekend. And just can't wait to have some rest. Really don't have a ton of content loaded up in the can that I want. I got some, but I need to after today get some food. I need to play some Pikmin 3 and finish the game and move on to something else. And I still got like one last video for WrestleMania, my WrestleMania experience. So, and I got it kind of loaded up for that. So, and I got several Sega reproductions, homebrews, hacks, pirates, or multi-cart games for Sega Genesis coming out. What's funny, today on Thursday, I will be releasing Sonic 2 XL. I'll be right back. Okay. I stopped for a second for some reason. But, what's funny, that Sonic 2 XL, I loaded it up. It almost looked like a normal Sonic 2, or Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I mean, startup screen, everything looks normal. I mean, I figured they show onion rings on the game cart. So I was like, okay, did they just screw me with a label and it's an actual just Sonic the Hedgehog 2? But nope, after a few rings, Sonic gets fat. And I think after like 30 rings, Sonic gets so fat that he just can't move anymore, and then he dies. It's hilarious. And I was watching this one guy, I think it's Blue Screen TV. He was doing a gameplay of it, and it's hilarious watching what the guy was playing. It was funny. He actually did it in sections. And honestly, it is so hard, because the only way you can really... There's a couple things you could do playing this game. You could try to avoid all the rings as you can. There's some monitors with the question mark on it will make Sonic just lose weight immediately. He's back to skinny. And if you're in a pinch and you got a little spot to go running back and forth, you can lose the weight from that. But it just kills your time. And it took like, 3 game overs for me to even pass the first level. And then the second level, I did it on the first try. And then when I got into Chemical Zone, I was like, oh, there's no way. I can't get past this without catching a ton of rings. And that's exactly what happened. I caught a ton of rings, and I just couldn't do it. But you could use, I guess, the debug mode to skip levels, or if you get a game over, you go back to that level that you had a game over. So that's not a bad idea. I might steal that guy's idea just to do that. I think it'd be hilarious to do that. So I think it'd be hilarious. Because it makes it extremely hard. So this kind of like doubles down on Sonic 2. I mean, I never beat I don't think I really beat any of the Sonic games. Even when you had Sonic 3 that had that save state, I just don't have the patience. And if it gets too hard, and I don't have the patience. You know, Sonic 1 and 2 needed save states. You going through how long that game is, that thing needed save states. And I'm wondering that's why they actually had the debug mode. But they should have put a battery in there. If your game's going to be longer than, like, let's say an hour, you should put a battery in there and have it so you can have save states. Oh gosh, I am tired. What the fuck? This person pretty much, like, not watching what they're freaking doing, and like almost just had to stop, like, that, like, just, and now they're weaving back and forth. Wow. They're not paying attention. They're talking to each other. Not only that, they only have one brake light on, so they could be pulled over. You can see this fucking woman with fucking ponytail going, like, her hair's going back and forth with her ponytail because she's not watching the fucking road. And you know she's arguing with whoever this is there. She goes, she's weaving a little bit. I should be recording this. Watch that car right in front of me. There you go. She's weaving a little bit. Watch now, she will stop. And she's still talking. Oh, of course, I put it forward and they're freaking turning. So, yeah, I figure you guys might have like to take a good look at this direction. Prop that up a little bit. I used to go to over here for welding. What's cool on the left, you got a Harley dealership. Like, of course, it always freaking happens. You know, when I'm recording and I have it pointed to me, some idiot driver's doing something, but the second I turn it over, point it out, it stops. Or there's no idiot drivers. You can tell right now that it's been raining a little bit today, and it's already kind of looking a little drowsy out here today too. The real busy area of the city. got a Lava Hookah Lounge. I bet that probably doesn't do as good anymore when you have, unless you, maybe it does, though, at the same time. I was going to say probably they're not doing good business, because now everyone can go to, like, 1 billion of these pot dispensaries that's around here, instead of smoking, tobacco and hookahs. But I bet now they're doing pot in there. But I still don't see how they make any good money right now. Like I say, when you have a bunch of pot dispensaries everywhere. Like there's where the toy store is, there's literally 3 in that same section. I'm like, so, like, how are these people competing against each other when there's so many? Like, there's no way all these gotta be profitable. Especially that section when there has 3 of them. You don't have to walk that hot and long. I mean, what? Maybe like a football field length, give or take. And there's you would have walked by 3. And obviously you can tell I'm not a big fan of it. I'm lining up on it like I hear that it actually helps with pain and other things. I'm like, okay, if you're doing it just to relieve pain, okay. But you're just doing it just to get high. And like when I go to the gas station all the time to go get food for lunch, a lot of times I smell pot. I'm like, great, there's some idiot on the road, smoking pot. Oh my God, here we go. Finally caught a dipshit right there in that red truck. Good job, you dumb motherfucker. I finally spotted, and it finally happened. You guys finally got one. Stupid. This is a really busy area that it's stupid to try to cross lanes over here. This road, yeah, definitely is like you do not want to turn left on this section or on this road. I mean, look, there's another pot dispensary to my left right there. I mean, shocker. I mean, one day when I'm doing this, I should count how many times I run across. It is just outrageous how many there are. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. I am tired. I just want to go hit a couple of these stores. I don't want to go hit the game store, hit 2 vintage stocks, eat, relax, maybe play some Pikmin today to try to finish that up. I was planning to do that last night, but I fell asleep during AEW. I didn't start watching AEW, but AEW was pretty much over when I woke up, and I was still dog tired, and how much I'm gonna have to use my brain to beat Pikmin 3. I was like, you know what? I was gonna play some of these Sega Genesis games, and I think like I did at least 3 for you guys. Look at this asshole. Fucking walking in the street, you fucking dipshit. Shit like that. No, now of course he freaking gets out of the way. God, people are stupid. And you can tell I'm not in the greatest mood. I was actually in a good mood this morning, and stupid shit happened. Like, there's a guy I like to call Stinky that works with me. He started yelling at our parts guy because the parts guy couldn't hear him because it's loud in the shop. So the guy started freaking out on him twice. And nothing happened. He might have been reprimanded, but nothing really happened at all. I mean, the guy should have been fucking fired. The guy freaks out about a bunch of stuff, and then he's the biggest slob. He's lazy as fuck, and he's stinky. He doesn't wash up, and he leaves marks on toilet seat and not clean them. This guy is absolutely the worst. But I'm at the game store, so I'll see you guys in a few. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's... Oh, dang it. Oh, come on. Give me a free shoe again. No, come on. That'd be it. Huh? Oh. Oh. Bye-bye now. Goodbye now. Oh, come on. Oh, thank you. Oh, man. I can't do it. Oh, come on. Oh, shoot. If I had... Oh, you know what? on the second shelf, not second shelf, second row over here, 6 up from the bottom. I want Galaxy 5000. This one says Galaxy 5000. I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I'm good. Master System. You don't see the Master System games that often.
I actually had this one. I realized it was like a mail away.
Holy shit. Wow.
Because there was a retail release where it's $4.
Oh, yeah?
It's worth $1 less.
I'll just.
See anything about it.
I've never seen it before. Yeah, no joke. Yeah. Alrighty, man. I'll see you later. You take it easy. Well, not only I got out of the video game store, I got out of one vintage stock and 2 things. Well, they had a bunch of cool things in the video game store. I was mind blown. But played some pinball. Got it on footage. If the footage is not great, I apologize because I had it in my pocket. Should have been in the other pocket, but the game store. I've been eyeing this one for a while, and it's Galaxy 5000 Racing in the 51st Century for the NES. I'd never seen this game before. So I've been eyeing it for a while, and I'm glad no one picked it up. And then I went to the vintage stock, literally right behind it, and I swear, I think vintage stock is getting out of retro gaming because they're consolidating it down. So I really do think they're getting out of it. So now what I'm going to do before I head towards the second one, I am going to go to the bank to pull some cash out from Mother. I don't have a lot. So, I mean, I borrowed a ton of money from my paycheck for the last couple weeks so I can make, for a couple things, pay a bunch of bills, and I had over $500 tax bill I had to pay, and then paid another payment to the funeral home. I'm getting that close to have the funeral paid off. I'm gonna turn this shit around. Look at this bullshit coming up. You know, why does people do this? Why do they got to stop in the fucking parking lot and hang out and chat? Stupid women. Get the... That's ridiculous. And they're still there. They didn't get the fucking warning. Dumb bitch. They're still there. People like that ought to be fucking, smacked in the head. Being freaking just sitting there. So I'll be right back, guys. Okay. Just got some money from mother. When I first moved back, it was a little rough getting started because I had so many things oh my God, you're not gonna believe it. They're still fucking there. Look at this. I literally went to the ATM and they're still there. They're literally in the middle of the fucking parking lot. Beat it. You're in the fucking parking lot, you dumb bitches. They give me a fucking look because I honked at them. They were literally right in the middle of the parking lot. I was shocked they were still there. I figured maybe me giving a dirty look gave them a fucking heads up. But nope. They're stupid bitches. I would like to say the C word, but I'm holding back. So now what I'm doing, I'm heading off to one other vintage stock, and then I am going to wrap up for the day and then get some food. And actually, I probably really need to stop at Horror Freight and get, I gotta get a new mini torch. My mini torches just, they break all the dang time. To the point where, I barely have them in good shape, and then I accidentally drop them because we use scissor lifts, or not even from that high. And the innards for the torch breaks, and the little striker strikes off somewhere else instead of striking the gas. What the hell? But, now I have 3 broken mini torches with 2 cheapos and 1 more expensive ones. So, I'm done buying expensive ones because I'm butterfingers with it. Incredible pizza right there. That used to be a really cool place, but not anymore. That place is... used to have good fun time with my late wife and then my ex-girlfriend. No, actually, when I started dating Melissa, I think one of the first dates, we went to that. She said she had a fun time. I was disappointed because they kind of downgrade the quality of the games. I swear, in their putt-putt, they cut half of it out. Nice RAM. I wouldn't mind to have a RAM again. But, I'd love to have a truck if I didn't have to worry about gas mileage. But I learned my lesson. Not only having a RAM, I had a Dodge Dakota right after that. I had a Ram when I first was living in Oklahoma for a few years before I moved to Pennsylvania, and then I got a Dodge Dakota. Sadly, me and my late wife, she switched to long-term disability, but MetLife was giving us the some bullshit where they were, sometimes she'll get paid and sometimes she doesn't. And one time I got extremely upset what was going on. So when I used to work in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, I was heading through Allentown, Pennsylvania, and there was a MetLife office, and I just had it. I went up there, sat and waited, and told them, why are you guys screwing with my wife's money? I mean, this woman wants to work, but because the two things, she has what's called pseudotumor cerebri. It's pretty much what they say. It's a fake tumor, but her brain is producing too much brain fluid that she can't, I guess, release fast enough. So her brain is pretty much being crushed. So she had to, before they put a shunt in her head, they were giving her spinal shots or spinal taps, and one of the spinal taps got infected. So she always had back issues ever since. She was in horrible, horrible pain. I'll be nice. I'll be nice for once. I did my good deed of the day right there. And you guys saw it. I'm not completely a prick. So, so 1 month she wasn't getting paid, and every once in a while they'll stop payments for like 2 months or so, and then she'll get a big payday. So I was done. I was like, went up there, told them what was going on. Like, why are you guys doing to this? I'm like, to us, because my wife loves to work. Like how I like to work. I mean, I like staying busy, but I don't. I like to have my time off too, though. I'm not gonna lie. But, I was, and I was just had adrenaline going through my veins. Guess because I wasn't thinking straight enough that later on I was like, how did I not get security to throw me out or the cops? Maybe I was being patient. I was sitting and waiting, and then they just talked to me instead of like me ranting and raving. I actually sat down and talked to some bigwigs, and luckily we never had an issue ever since. And this is no bullshit story, but like I said, I was kind of shocked that I didn't get kicked out by the security team or didn't get kicked out by security or by the cops. So I was shocked about that. So I was really shocked about that. But yeah, I don't even remember why I started talking about that. But oh yeah, I remember I was having when after my wife passed. Honestly, it was hard. I mean, I knew before she passed that I told her that I believe her brother was gonna leave us soon. So, I mean, I don't think we could afford the apartment that we had. It was a 2-room apartment. So, and he was dating this woman that he's been spending more time and not being around. So I told her, it's like, I think he's gonna bail on us eventually. But I think eventually, oh gosh, actually, here's the weird thing is that hey, it worked out for him. I'm gonna give him mad props. It worked out for him. I'm glad it didn't go bad for him, but my brother-in-law asked his girlfriend to marry him at the funeral. I'm like, oh my. And he asked me, how did I know that she was the one? My wife. I was like, I don't know. It was just something. There's something. I couldn't put my finger on it. It was one of those. I mean, I'm not one of those people who believes in the moment, but it did happen. I mean, when me and my wife we first met, I was thinking. I told this story before. I met her on MySpace, so it took us a little bit to find each other, but this is back in late 2006. This is just right after Nintendo Wii got released. And she brought me into her apartment, and we were hanging out. I think we were watching the Benchwarmers. And, just hanging out, maybe kissing every once in a while. And then she's saying she's heading to bed. So I was like, I wasn't 100% sure what to do. And I was like, she went to bed. I'm like sitting on the couch. I'm like, man, the trust she has with me right now. I mean, I could be an asshole right now and just take the Wii. But because that's not me. I was like, wow, what kind of trust that is. I mean, I wouldn't done that, obviously, but wow. And then eventually it's like, can I join you? And then, yeah, we hooked up, okay? But, oh yeah, but then when laying in bed, it was just admiring her beauty. I was like, dude, I couldn't really put my finger on it. I just admired her beauty before I turned over and went to sleep. But here's the thing, she's not a cuddler at all. She's not a spooner or anything. While I can be a cuddler or a spooner. So that's one thing I really missed a lot. But it was okay. A lot of times when I went to bed, if we did our deal, we just both turn over and go to sleep. But it was, like I told him, it was just something. Something told me that she was the one. But I am sucker to say a certain word, and I try to lean off of it unless it truly is. But I just gave him advice, and I guess he took my advice, and it worked for him, and I'm happy for him because not only he's married, I believe he has a new child, and his wife now had children from a previous relationship, and he enjoyed being around them, being I guess a future stepfather to them, So I'm happy for them, but God, this is a long runabout story. But when my wife passed, it was rough for a while. It was, I only had so much money, only enough to survive for a little bit. And I was continuing working for about a month before I maybe a month and a half before I finally decided I wanted to move back to Oklahoma. It wasn't obvious. I mean, it's kind of hard to think clearly after losing the spouse. So when I was like literally no one around, my brother-in-law wasn't around. He was spending time with his girlfriend, now then become fiance, and then I think my in-laws were keeping an eye over with my wife's dog. So I was literally alone. I would have felt okay at least if I had. Go ahead. That's my second good deed of the day. But, when I didn't even have my dog with me, and it was just me all alone, that sucked. Oh, now I got a douchebag right on behind me, asshole. Oh, I told you, when it pours, it rains, man. Get some dipshits walking in the fucking row. Alright, well, I'm at the next finish stock, so I'll talk to you guys maybe in a little bit. If nothing, I'll talk to you guys another time. See ya.